Bates batting number 5. Bet.
Yeah. I love my HBCU. And boy, I love it, love it. I love it, love it. I love my HBCU. And man, I hope my team they won. Yeah. I hope my team they won. Yeah. Man, I hope my team they won. Yeah. I hope my team they won. Yeah. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, keep tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Ville, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with your hip-hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball. So
that kind of twin magic, wonder twin magic, whatever you want to call it, it'll be fun to watch early on.
No doubt about it. So getting things started here for the Texas Southern Tigers is Dalen Carlton. He'll be out. So we start things off with a lefty v lefty matchup. And he'll look at the first pitch for a ball. Just getting underway, the nightcap here. Texas Southern and Southern. Earlier games today, Grambling knocked off Jackson State. Swing and a miss. The middle game, Prairie View knocked off Alabama A&M. So we had some great action today here at Dyken Field, as that one goes across for a strike.
Yeah, definitely. These two teams met in the Cactus Jack last year. Texas Southern won 5-3 a year ago. And, of course, as mentioned, we know how the rest of the year went for them.
As Carlton fouls that one off.
And this should be an active crowd here tonight.
No doubt about
two
it.
Great fan bases, especially here in this city of Houston.
That one is
fouled it
off right there in front of the catcher. Count goes to 1-2 here on Carlton. Fastball just off the corner.
Carlton, a transfer from Alvin Community College, junior college. It's his first at bat for Texas Southern.
And that fastball a little high. Count goes full now to Carlton. And that one goes across for a strike. So strikeout looking as Grace gets things up and going for the Southern Jaguars.
Nice job by Carlton, all the same.
And that one goes across for a strike. So now at bat now for the Texas Southern Tigers. Number 15. Bryce Hughes, 5'9" freshman from Baytown, transfer from University of Nebraska. And he'll get plunked early as that ball got away from Grace.
I was just going to comment on the pace that we kind of got spoiled with from the last game where the pitcher from Prairie View was delivering the ball in about less than 5 seconds into the pitch clock.
Yeah, that one moved pretty swiftly.
Yeah.
So Jaden Jones now digs in for the Texas Southern Tigers. First pitch swinging.
Jones, one of the two preseason all SWAC selections for Texas Southern.
That one That'll be smoked in the left field. So now the Tigers, runners on first and second. As Jaden Jones starts things off with a single here for the Texas Southern Tigers.
And we see why Jones was a all SWAC selection preseason there.
So now Jesse Herrera will step in. 585-pound senior from San Antonio. The DH looks at ball one. Looking for big things from Jesse Herrera this season. Senior leadership. It's a pretty good stick up there for the Texas Southern Tigers.
Yes, indeed. Played in 33 games last season. Started 34 of them.
And that changeup just off the corner. And that one will miss. So count goes to 2-1 now on Jesse Herrera.
Well, if Texas Southern can force Grace deep into the count and make him throw a lot of pitches in his first inning, that's going to bode real well for them as this game moves along.
Absolutely. Nice patient at bat for Herrera. And he'll walk him. So the TSU Tigers with something going here in the first inning. Bases full of the guys from Third Ward.
Bases full of Tigers.
So now Damian Garcia will step in now for the TSU Tigers. 6'1", 220 pounder from St. Louis, Arizona. Just underway here from Dyken Park in the nightcap tonight. Texas Southern and Southern. Early trouble here for Grace. That one.
Yep.
Ed got him. And he will hit the batter, so Texas Southern gets on the board by way of a freebie.
Well, tough start here for Grace. Hit two batters, walked one.
So Renard
down 1-0.
Yeah, Renard Grace having trouble here in the first inning. Only one out. Tough start to the season for the Southern Jaguar pitcher. So Trejo digs in now for TSU. He'll take strike one.
Renard Grace, one of the only all SWAC selection for Southern. It kind of shocked us when we were digging through and reminding ourselves of the all SWAC selections.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, Texas Southern has two and Southern has one. Wow, okay.
Jonathan Trejo, there's a shot to left field. It's caught, and runners will tag up, and another run will come across for the Texas Southern Tigers.
Nice throw by Cordell Thibodeau to hold the runner at second. Obviously, the sack RBI brings one in, but was able to do a great job of hitting his cutoff man there at third base, which sent the runner back to second.
So Edmundo Alanis now steps in for the Tigers. 2 runs plated here in the top of the first inning. And that off-speed pitch just off the corner. Edmundo Alanis last season for Texas Southern. He hit 229 in 20 appearances, 13 starts. Swing and miss, as that one is foul back.
Already into about 23 pitches into this first inning for Grace.
That one hit to the second baseman, bobbled. White comes up firing to Jones, and they will get the 4-3 put out. But not before Texas Southern plays two. We move now to the bottom of the first inning. It's Texas Southern 2. Southern coming up to bat here at the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic.
Yeah. I love my HBCU. And boy, I love it, love it. I love it, love it. I love my HBCU. And man, I hope my team they won. Yeah. I hope my team they won. Yeah. Man, I hope my team they won. Yeah. I hope my team they won. Yeah. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, keep tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Ville, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with your hip-hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball. So yeah, I love my HBCU, and boy, I love it, love it. I love it, love it. I love my HBCU, and man, I hope my team they won. Yeah, I hope my team they won. Yeah, man, I hope my team they won. I hope my team they won. Yeah. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, keep tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Ville, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with your hip-hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball. So,
And welcome back to the Cactus Jack Classic. Southern and Texas Southern. Texas Southern on top 2-0 as Benny Bakar steps in for the Southern Jaguars. Bakar from Avon Park, Florida. Freshman getting a start tonight for the Jags. Young shortstop looks at strike one.
Elijah Rodriguez behind the plate for Texas Southern. On first is Edmundo Alanis. Jaden Jones on second. Bryce Hughes at short. Jonathan Trejo on third.
Pitching tonight for Texas Southern is Kiwan Brazil.
And in the outfield, Damian Garcia in left. Kelton Phillips in center. Dylan Carlton in right.
And that pitch is up for ball two. Juan Brazil, lefty, 5'10", 185. He's a transfer from the Alcorn State Braves. So count runs full, 3-2 now. Bakar worked the count full. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout for Brazil. So first out of the inning comes by way of a swing and strikeout right down the backwards K.
Both pitchers start off their day with a strikeout. Yeah, let's see if Brazil can have a better go of it from this point forward than Mr. Grace did.
So Thibodeau now digs in. He'll hit that out to center field. Driving Phillips back. It's off the wall. It'll go over the wall. Ground rule double.
Good piece of hitting by Cardell Thibodeau. Drove it deep. That ball bounced. I mean, that had to be a good 400 feet bouncing off the warning track.
Cardell Thibodeau
Man.
drove that one to the nether regions here in Dyken Park.
Yeah, not sure Kelton Phillips. I mean, I don't know how you play that the way you play it, and that ball just went sailing over his head.
Yes, indeed. Now Jalen Mack will dig in now for the Jaguars. Runner in scoring position in the form of Cardell Thibodeau. Brazil will whirl and show a throw. It always brings a rise from the dugout whenever that happens.
I mean, I guess maybe you're expecting or hoping for a balk, you know. But
it's nothing like politicking for a balk.
Oh, man.
Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch a little low.
Yeah, just thinking of that, I still sometimes don't know what it is, what a balk is. I don't know what I'm looking at until I see it on for the 10th time on a replay and say, "Oh yeah, there's the."
Yeah, I know. Like, oh wow,
okay, really?
Yeah, can't believe he caught that.
Yeah, wow.
Runner takes off, throw down to third, and Thibodeau gets in under the tag. Cardell Thibodeau using the Jets early.
Great piece of base running by Thibodeau.
Fastball off the plate there. Count runs to 3-0.
Yeah, I fully expect Mack to kind of sit back on this one. The advantage is his right now.
Absolutely. He'll look at that one for a strike. Count now goes to 3-1. Nothing like a good patient at bat early in a ball game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make Brazil throw strikes if you're Mack, and you might want to sit on this one too.
And he's on base on ball. So now the Jaguars with runners on the corners. So now steps in is Rashard Grace, the catcher for Southern. Senior from Madison, Mississippi. Great baseball program there in Madison, Mississippi, and Madison Central. Just outside of Jackson. Here's the pitch. Takes a fastball on the corner.
Sounds like you may have heard of might have heard of them.
Oh yeah, that's not too far from my old stomping ground. They'll chase the runner back. Off-speed pitch a little low and in the dirt.
Rashard is a career 315 hitter. Hit 295 a year last season. In 23, though, he hit 309 in 15 games played. Started 10 of them. So
swing, hit out to center field. Phillips camps under it. He'll come up throwing. Will they send the runner? Yes, they will. Here comes the throw, and it's up the line. And Cardell Thibodeau gets the Jaguars on the board.
No hesitation by Thibodeau. Good piece of base running. Great speed. Nice job by Grace to put that ball high enough and deep enough into center field to bring that first run of the game in.
So Rashard Grace with the sacrifice fly to get the run across. Cuts the lead in half. 2-1 now is your score. So now Taj Bates will step in. The senior from the Virgin Islands, St. Croix. He'll look at strike one. So nice piece of hitting there from Rashard Grace. Good base running, good fundamental baseball, Brian.
Yeah, hey, already we've seen in the first inning both teams getting runs off of nice sack plays.
Runner takes off. Here's the throw down, and he'll get in no problem whatsoever.
Really impressed by the speed by Southern right now. I mean, they're getting off to some really good jumps and showing some great speed. And the throws by Rodriguez, they've been good throws.
Been good throws, but just better base running.
Yeah.
As Jalen Mack swipes second. One thing about these Southern Jaguar base runners, they are timing Mr. Brazil up pretty good here. And if he finds a pitch that he likes, he might take off for third. 2-1 now is the count to Bates. Change up high and outside. Three-one pitch coming now to Taj Bates. Swing and a miss. He might have chased ball 4 that time.
Yeah, yeah. Both. That was the 20th pitch so far by Brazil.
Swing and pass the diving third baseman into the corner. It'll chase a run home. Bates takes the turn. It'll be a stand-up double. Game tied 2-2.
Great piece of hitting. Great effort there by Jonathan Trejo as he laid out for it. And here comes a quick meeting of the mound, or at the mound.
Yes, indeed. Southern Jaguars getting right back in this game. Texas Southern with 2 in the top. Southern Jaguars plate 2 with a runner now in score position. So the Jaguars, mano y mano.
Yes, Southern already picking up off a couple of doubles. And looking good. Always a good sign when you see the coaches can give a nice jog out to the mound.
Yeah.
You know, no slow walk. It was like, no. Let me, first game of the season, first mound visit, and that was quick.
Yes, indeed.
Jogged out there. No slow stroll.
Reminded him, throw good pitches, stay around the plate, let your defense make plays. Goodbye. So here's the pitch. As Cameron Bird steps in. Junior from Atlanta. We always talk about the fertile recruiting ground that is the Atlanta metro area.
Oh, yeah.
You see them all up and down the roster here in the SWAC. As Bird swings and misses that one. 0-2 now coming to Cameron Bird. Talk about the youth academies here in Houston and surrounding areas. Just a lot being poured into baseball right now as that one's chopped out to the shortstop, and he'll make the play 6-3. So chopper out to Hughes to Alanis, and the Texas Southern Tigers get out of the inning. But not before the Southern Jack. And welcome back to the nightcap, the Cactus Jack Classic. Texas Southern 2, Southern 2 as we move to the top of the second inning. As Rodriguez now steps in for the TSU Tigers. Elijah Rodriguez, he is catching tonight, young man from Baytown, Texas. That one's chopped out to White. White will make a low throw, but he'll get the out.
White looked the hair off balance as he threw that. I was worried there for a second, but great job by Dylan Jones.
Yes, indeed. Dylan Jones stayed with that throw. So now stepping in is the center fielder, Kelton Phillips. Phillips from Round Rock, Texas, by way of Richland Community College. As he squares up, Southern defense reacts to strike one. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2 here on Kelton Phillips.
This is Phillips' first season with Texas Southern.
That one's fouled back. So here's the pitch. That one's just inside. Slider bounces in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2 here on Kelton Phillips. That one's hit out in the right field. Giving chase is Bird, and Bird will make the play for the Southern Jaguars for out number 2.
Great job by the right fielder there. The ball just kind of kept going. I was curious there to see if that ball was gonna die out or if it was gonna keep going towards the track.
I don't know. The ball here in this nightcap seems to have a little giddy up on it. We saw that hit out in the center field that kept going in the first inning. As Dalen Carlton, we back at the top of the lineup here for Texas Southern. Carlton struck out in his first at bat.
And this is a huge at bat here for Grace.
He wants to come back and after that rough first inning, come back and try to get them 3 up, 3 down here. That change up a little outside. Count runs to 2-1. You talk about both of these programs and the success they've had. I mean, Southern baseball program, truly one of the blue blood programs here in the SWAC. 19 SWAC championships.
Isn't that tied for most overall?
That is most overall.
It is most
yes,
overall.
Indeed.
Okay, I knew it was either tied for or was.
As Carlton fights that one off. Of course, Coach Roger Cador, tremendous success during his time there at Southern. So many battles with Jackson State and Grambling back in the 90s. As that one's hit out to Thibodeau. And that one gets out of here. It just kept carrying.
That ball just kept going. I'm thinking the left fielder is going to make that catch, and all of a sudden, that ball just caught an extra tailwind or something out there in left.
So I tell you what, in the nightcap, these balls have found an urban jet stream as Dalen Carlton hits one to the Crawford boxes.
I think that's the 4th home run today that have gone towards left.
And like you said, when it left the bat, it looked as though it was a normal drive to left field, but it kept carrying.
Yeah, I think Thibodeau thought that ball was gonna was going to drop, and it just kept going.
Yeah, it did. So score now, 3-2, Texas Southern on top with the Dalen Carlton home run. As that one's fouled at the plate.
I got a feeling we're going to see some offense in this game, Charles.
Yeah.
We're already ready for it.
Well, you say if you're a betting man, hedge your bets on some pretty good offense in this.
Exactly.
Hughes fouls that one off.
And Grace already up to 40 pitches. I mean, he's throwing strikes. I mean, he's thrown 26 strikes thus far, but, at some point, the number and the quantity are going to catch up with you.
Exactly. That one a little. Grace wanted that one. Change up just off the inside corner. And that one hit out to Radcliffe. He'll track it in right center and make the play. So just when it looked as though the Southern Jaguars were going to get out of this inning without any damage, not so, says Dalen Carlton with the home run. We move now to the bottom of the inning. Texas Southern 3, Southern 2. We'll be back here at the Cactus Jack Classic. And welcome back here to the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. Texas Southern on top of Southern, 3-2. As we move to the bottom of the second inning. And Dylan Jones will step in for the Jaguars.
I can't think of a better way to spend Valentine's night, Charles, than in a ballpark watching your favorite college baseball team. Honestly, I can't.
Oh, man.
I mean that from my heart.
Talk about a perfect Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
As Jones takes a look at that strike, want to say big shout out to Miles McClinty, Deuce Cavill. They're tuning in, listening to the Nightcap tonight.
What up, Deuce?
Two of the younger talking heads in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. They know their stuff.
Exactly. Ooh.
As that fastball gets away from Brazil. Runs the count even, 2-2. Here's the pitch. That one. Drive out to left field. Giving chase. Is it gone?
Wow.
It is. Out of here. Dylan Jones with a moonshot for the Jaguars.
All right, I'm just gonna look. Whatever that urban jet stream is a real thing, Charles. I thought you were just saying it, but no, it is real right now. Is anything that is going towards left, center, it is going to catch something out there, and it is going to keep going.
Yes,
so,
indeed,
man,
it is.
It is a real thing, folks.
It has found the jet stream here at Dyken Park. Like you said, the ball is flying out here in the nightcap.
Yeah, third home run of the night. First for Southern. Tied the game up.
So Dylan Jones knots his game right back up at 3. Drag bunt. Can he beat it out? Nobody there. Great play. That was a beaut of a bunt from Radcliffe.
Perfect execution and placement right there between first.
Job that time by Jacoby Radcliffe, another Chicago kid. So now White will step in now for the Jaguars. KJ White, he squares the bunt. That one gets away from the catcher. So Radcliffe, he'll take a big turn around second. So now the Jaguars. No outs. They've already played it one. They got another one in scoring position.
Pass ball or wild pitch?
That one looked like a wild pitch.
Okay.
And just as we're talking about wild pitches, the Texas Southern bullpen, they start to stir.
Surprised it took this long. I mean, both coaching staffs probably should have sent guys down in between innings just in case. It was already this game already had that vibe that it was going to be a run fest.
Kewan Brazil, he's given up 3 earned here in the first inning and a third. So now the Texas Southern corners will play in. As the defense looks to be in bunt mode. Looking for KJ White to square around. Runner takes off and he'll get in, and that ball goes into left field. Southern Jaguars manufacturing a run.
I don't know where the miscommunication was, but the third baseman Trejo was playing that. He was playing it in front of the bag, and so, of course, all it took is that throw to be a little bit off, and that ball goes sailing in the left field.
So Jacoby Radcliffe with the stolen base, and the errant throw gets in the left field, and he's able to come in, and the Jaguars go up 4-3.
So talk about getting the second on a wild pitch, scoring on, I would say, an E2.
And that off-speed pitch catches the corner.
And Southern grabs a lead with no outs.
Still no outs here in the inning. Healthy cut from KJ White, fouls that one back.
Looking at White's numbers, here's a young man who took a big jump from his first year to second year, batted .242 in 2023. Last season batted .310 in 52 games played, 50 of them started. .310 average, 20 RBIs, on base percentage of .423.
Swing, and that one's fouled back. Here's a pitch. High and outside. And KJ White able to coax a walk here from Brazil. Tough outing thus far for Kiwan Brazil. He's given up 4 earned. Make that 3 earned. 4 runs here in the bottom of the second inning.
Southern's playing like they recall those 6 meetings against Texas Southern last year.
Yes, indeed.
Vividly.
Brazil's already thrown 38 pitches here through the first couple of innings. Snap throw down to first base. White gets in easily.
Still no outs.
Still no outs here in the inning. Runner takes off, throw down to second. Does White get in? Yes, he does. KJ White gets in under the tag.
That's the 3rd stolen.
As Rodriguez unable to nab KJ White. There's another pitch down and in the dirt. You got to wonder, at what point does Coach Michael Robertson look to the bullpen as Brazil is struggling here and on cue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not gonna be long here.
Coach Mike Robb comes on out.
Yeah, the slow walk is a good indication that it might be a night for Mr. Brazil.
So to this point, Kiwan Brazil, 42 pitches thus far. And we'll see if Texas Southern does make the call to the bullpen. Looking out there, they got some guys sitting out in the pen, but
yeah, somebody's coming.
Yeah, looks like they will make the move. So we'll take a break as Texas Southern makes the pitch and change. 4-3 is your score. We'll be back here at the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. And welcome back to the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. Southern on top of Texas Southern 4-3. No outs. Runners on first and second as Texas Southern goes to the bullpen, and Josh Prieto is now the pitcher for the Texas Southern Tigers. Prieto is a junior from Katy, Texas. He'll check the runner. He's one of those pitchers that Texas Southern's look to bolster their bullpen as he's getting early work here in this Cactus Jack Classic.
Yeah, this might become one of those bullpen games where you need guys to get outs.
Bunt drop down. It's a beauty, and it will get between the third baseman Trejo and Prieto for a base hit.
Yeah, miscommunication. I think the pitcher didn't know if he should keep charging it, lay off of it, get out of the way. A little confusion there. Hey, those kind of things happen, I think, first game of the season, right?
Yes, indeed. So Jalen Mag now steps in for Southern. He's already scored one run today. Got on via the walk. Stole a base, came around to put the Jaguars on the scoreboard. Still no outs, bases loaded. Prieto fires a strike in.
I can't tell whether they ruled that an error or whether there was already previously an error on the board.
Looks like they'll give him a single.
Okay.
Pitch low and inside. Corners play on the curtain. Middle infielders at double play depth. Pitch up and away, change up.
Did we mention still no outs, Charles?
Still no outs. This has been a long inning.
Yeah, right. It seems that way, right?
Yes, indeed.
And we're only 5 batters in, 6 batters now into the inning.
That one's hit out to Phillips in deep center. Runner will tag.
Everybody's moving.
Everybody's moving up. All runners safe. Great base runner from Southern.
Yeah.
Heads up base running. And another run will come across as KJ White comes in to score for the Southern Jaguars. Like I mentioned, heads up base runner. Runner move from second to third. And we don't often see the runner on first. He also swiped the bag as well.
Everybody was moving in sync, in unison. Great job of base running by Southern, as we've seen all day so far in this game by the Jaguars.
Absolutely. Tremendously aggressive base running.
Yeah, they have been on their game today.
Yes, indeed. So runners in scoring position at second and third. Only one out in the inning. Jaguars have played it 3 here in the bottom of the second. Rashard Grace at bat for the Jaguars. He's staring down a 2-0 count. Hit out the right field. It'll stay up. Carlton makes a play. Throw to third. Oh, and they got a runner hung up there. Run down here, and they'll get the runner at third. So wires got crossed up that time by the Southern base runners. We were just commenting in terms of being in sync, but on that one, out of sync. And they run themselves out of the inning.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand what happened there, and I don't understand why. And there's a great conversation happening, some great coaching happening right there on where the miscommunication was, because that seemed like a clear, easy run. I don't know why the runner on third, why Bicard didn't continue on going home.
Yeah, long conversation between the third base coach and the base runners on that one. as we move now to the top of the third. Southern on top 5-3 here at the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. Welcome back here to the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic as Jaden Jones now steps in for the Texas Southern Tigers. So we were just talking about, Southern doing work there on the base pass, but they just kind of ran themselves out of in the previous inning.
Yeah, ran themselves out of a run and potentially continuing the onslaught there.
Ball hit to center field, and Jacoby Ratcliffe runs it down for the first out of the inning. So now Jesse Herrera, the DH, will step in. He walked in his first at bat. Well, better get those miscommunication stuff out of the way here in the first game of the season, huh?
Yeah, first game out, you don't get any preseason games. So, outside of what you worked on in the fall and what you've been working on in the last month of practices, but it's a different beast when it's live action.
2-0 now to Herrera. That last inning, Southern scored 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. They left 2 on base. Here's the pitch to Herrera. He'll take a look at that for a strike. Evens the count at 2-2.
Grace has really done a good job of settling in since the first. He gave up the home run in the second, but, he has retired 4 of the last 5. And as soon as I say that.
Oh, tough play out there that time as Bird with a diving stab at it, but that'll be a base hit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Southern. As soon as I say that, hard hit ball right to right field.
Yes, indeed. So Cameron Bird unable to come up with that. Texas Southern now has a runner on in the form of Jesse Herrera. So now Garcia. Damian Garcia steps in for TSU. And that pitch will clip the corner. .50 pitches now through 3 innings for Renard Grace as he'll check the runner. Garcia, that's a big shot out to center field. Track down. Oh, baby.
Great job by Jacoby Ratcliffe out there in center, man.
Jacoby Ratcliffe on his horse gets that one on the warning track. As we look at the replay of that one looked like it got up in the jet stream, but Ratcliffe
on the warning track at that.
Running that one down.
Right in front of the 399 in center.
So now Trejo, he'll tap that out to short. They'll go 6-4 for the putout. So one runner left on, but no damage. As we move to the bottom of the third inning, Southern still on top, 5-3 here at the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. Welcome back here as we start the bottom of the third inning. Southern on top of Texas Southern, 5-3. As Taj Bates will dig in now for the Southern Jaguars. He doubled in the first inning.
Joshua Prieto survived. That's the best way to surmise that his opening inning here of the season. He survived and he's back again.
As you mentioned, Josh Prieto coming in relief of Brazil. Rough out on tonight for Kiwan Brazil. As won an inning and a third, gave up 4 earned. So that one is fouled off. Two pitch coming here to Taj Bates. That one skips in. So full count now coming to the third baseman. Here's the pitch. That one shot down the line, and it is fair. It'll hit the short porch and left, and it'll keep Bates at first base.
He actually, Texas Southern benefits by where that ball hit, because as hard as that ball was hit, it could have kept going into that corner, which Bates could have probably got a triple.
Absolutely.
Ends up being just a single.
So Cameron Bird now steps in. They'll chase Bates back to first. I think you mentioned Taj Bates. He hit that one hard enough, but like you said, it hit that little
That lip right there going on to
Yeah, that lip.
short left field.
Dimensions played in Texas Southern's favor on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
That one is a can of corn out to left field. Under it is the shortstop, Bryce Hughes, and Bryce Hughes will make the play for the first out of the inning.
I was just going to say, Cameron Bird, the only Jaguar to not get on base or get a good hit in this contest, and so far he's 0 for 2.
Yes, indeed. Now Dylan Jones steps in. Dylan Jones went deep back in the second inning. As he got one up in that left center jet stream. Off speed pitch a little in. Five runs on 6 hits thus far for Southern. 3-3 for TSU. That one hit out in the right field. Giving chase is Carlton, and he'll make the play.
And as I look on the board, as I think about those numbers you just mentioned, 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and only 2 left on. Pretty efficient day thus far for Southern.
So now Jacoby Radcliffe, junior from Chicago, he'll step in. Made that sparkling play out in center field last inning. One for one thus far on the night. Scored back in the second inning. You know, we set up and we just we've talked about the success of both of these programs, Brian. I mean, Texas Southern has kind of taken on the mantle, if you will, of kind of getting things done in the SWAC West. Of course, another SWAC West championship last year.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what I'm probably more interested to see what Texas Southern does in this new format of the schedule than Southern. I think Southern is sort of, Southern is the standard, right? As they like to say. But I'm curious to see how Texas Southern plays against teams from the East that you typically have not had to play against.
It's a good point.
Can they maintain that level of success that they had a year ago?
Yeah. Chopper down the first base line. It'll be foul.
Foul, but that was a great play by
Edmundo.
Yeah.
Alanis stretched out to get that one.
I guess they said it must have hit the line. I don't know. It looked from high up here. It looked fair. Looked clean. I'm sure Alanis wishes the first base umpire wouldn't have said it was foul.
Absolutely.
What's interesting, that throw seem delayed? It's almost like Rodriguez wasn't sure either what the count was or that
I think he lost track of the count.
Yeah, or that Bates was running. And he still almost got him.
Yes, indeed. So I think Rodriguez was taken aback that Bates was gone. As he kind of had a delayed reaction, Bates was able to swipe that bag. As Jacoby Radcliffe will go down swinging. So Prieto will be able to get the strikeout. We move now to the top of the fourth inning. Southern 5, TSU 3 here at the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. And welcome back into the 2025 Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. 5-3 Southern on top of TSU as we move here to the top of the fourth inning as Edmundo Alanis steps in for the TSU Tigers. Bernard Grace starts him off with a strike. Here's the pitch. And that one just off the corner as Grace wanted that one. Alanis has some power. He'll hit that down the first base line, and they'll say that was foul. Dylan Jones made a nice play down there.
First base umpire having to work today. I mean, man, he didn't let Alanis have one earlier, and
exactly.
now he won't let Dylan Jones have that one.
First base umpire Johnny on the spot for both of those would-be fair balls. And nice slider down in the dirt as Alanis chases, and Grace will get the out.
And I think almost a similar outcome happened after a strikeout. So funny how that worked.
So now stepping in for TSU is Rodriguez. Elijah Rodriguez, the catcher. And as you mentioned, that previous inning, I think he was caught off guard. Taj Bates took off. I think he thought he had strike three.
Mm-hmm.
As he looks at a strike. Elijah Rodriguez, Jr. out of Baytown. Just on the east side of Houston. That one down and in. Rodriguez, they're pretty excited about what he brings to this TSU team. He comes to TSU from Mary Hardin Baylor. As that one is hit into short right field, coming in to make the play is Bird for out number 2. It's a good job that time by Cameron Bird calling off the second baseman to make the catch out in short right field. So now Kelton Phillips will step in, the center fielder for TSU. He shows bunt, fastball a little inside.
I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing from Grace lately. I mean, already just a little over 60 pitches, but outside of the home run and a single.
That one's hitting the short center field. Nice running catch that time by Jacoby Radcliffe.
3 up, 3 down.
So the Jaguars, a little defense, 3 up, 3 down as we move now to the bottom of the fourth. Southern 5, TSU 3. We'll be back here at the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. So welcome back here to the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic Southern on top of TSU, 5-3. KJ White will start things off for the Jaguars. So now Chris Crenshaw coming out. He has an issue with something.
Wonder what this could be.
This game has had some ebbs and flows. Texas Southern jumped out quickly, but Southern matched that energy in the bottom of the first inning. Then they plated another 3 in the second inning. That's where we stand, 5-3 here in this ball game. It's Coach Crenshaw showing off his attorney skills. So KJ White finally will dig in. A tough second baseman here for the Jaguars. Squares the bunt, pulls it back.
I can't imagine how tough it is for Coach Crenshaw to follow a legend, then start off your career with a championship. So, expectations are already high.
And I'll tell you a great thing about the Southern fan base. I mean, they know good baseball.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they are tremendous baseball fans. That environment is tremendous down there in Baton Rouge following this Southern baseball team. KJ White slaps that one down the left field line.
All right, I'm going to get you in trouble here, Charles. Best atmosphere. Rank them 1 to 3. Best atmosphere to watch a baseball game in the SWAC.
That's a good one. I'm going to say as KJ White slaps that to second base. Nice play that made by Jones to Allen East. 4-3 put out. I would say Southern, Alabama State, and Prairie View.
Okay. In no particular order or in that order of 1, 2, 3?
In that order of 1, 2, 3.
Southern, Alabama State, and then Prairie View.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
So Benny Bakar back here at the top of the lineup.
And do you base that on atmosphere, stadium, sightlines?
Atmosphere.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely the atmosphere. I mean, when the Southern fan base, they get up and going, I've seen it rattle a few pitchers. Bakar slaps that into center field, and it gets past Phillips. It's rolling.
That could be 3.
Bakar's on his hustle.
Oh, yeah.
He'll make it into third, sliding head first, Benny Bakar. So the freshman makes it into third as that ball just got under the glove of Kelton Phillips.
Yeah, that's a good heads up. Again, we give credit to the base running. Good heads up base running there because he recognized that even if the left or right fielder got to the ball, they were still going to have to make an adjustment. And Bakar, he recognized that, and that's why I said he was gone. He was going to third regardless.
A lot of speed at the top of this lineup here for Southern. As Cardell Thibodeau now steps in, he'll look at strike 1. Texas Southern defense now comes in to try to prevent this run from coming in at third. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ball skips away. Good job by the catcher, Rodriguez, to corral that back in and keep the runner at bay.
And that ends up being ruled a triple for the car on that, which I'm not mad at.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. That's I can go with that.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good attempt out there by the center fielder.
That change up off the plate. Runs the count to 2-1. That one fouled back. Tell you what, Cardell Thibodeau, he does not cheat on his cuts.
Got a double, a single. Let's see what he does here.
Cardell Thibodeau 2 for 2 on the night thus far. RBI opportunity. Standing out there on third as that one is hit down the left field line. They'll give chase, and it will go foul.
You know, as I'm here in this ballpark, Charles, and I look at the netting, which covers the down the first and third base lines, I remember when that was proposed in major league stadiums, and people, there were some people, purists, I'm going to say with air quotes.
Oh,
wow.
Nice hit from Cardell Thibodeau, and he'll pick up the RBI. And Thibodeau is 3 for 3 on the night.
Thibodeau stays hot. At some point, you might want to, I'm just going to not pitch to Thibodeau right now, the way he's opening up this season.
And you know he's going to be a base running threat down there. So tough to deal with this Southern Jaguar lineup. Potent thus far early in this first game of the season as Jalen Mack now steps in. And he'll look at ball one.
Where I was going earlier was just looking at the field and, remembering how the purists were raising a fuss about, putting up netting is going to be a distraction and blah, blah, blah. And I think all it's probably done is made the game safer, and the nets is so thin that really, I mean, come on now.
Thibodeau takes off. Here's the throw, and the tag was down there waiting on him. Nice throw from Elijah Rodriguez.
He finally got one. Rodriguez, I mean, they have been testing his arm all game, and he's been a hair short. And he finally got one.
I tell you, he came up fired, and we've talked about it. I mean, to be a catcher in this conference means you have got to have one heck of an arm on you, because you will be tested week in, week out.
Yes, indeed.
So runner cut down at second for the second out of the inning. Southern has played it one here in the bottom of the fourth. One is fouled off. You talked about the netting, and, for years, I think Major League Baseball kind of had an issue on their hands with some of the foul balls.
Those balls, when they come, as someone as a kid, you grow up and you take a glove, but you learn early on in life when you go to the game, you're always paying attention. Baseball is a slow enough game that for that 5 seconds it takes to pay attention and, not be on your phone, not be talking to the person next to you.
And that one
caught him looking.
Catches him looking. So Joshua Prieto gets the strikeout. So we move now to the fifth inning. Southern scratches across another run. 6-3 is your score. Southern on top of TSU here, the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. And welcome back here to the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. Southern on top of Texas Southern, 6-3, as Dalen Carlton steps in for the Tigers. Of course, he had that jet stream home run back in the second as a ball skips away down there, down the right field line. You know, we talk a little bit about this Texas Southern baseball program and their Astros Foundation, big supporter of Texas Southern baseball. Huge donation a couple years ago to Texas Southern baseball for new on-stadium baseball and softball.
Nice.
So
I love that. I want more universities to have those amenities on campus, and more importantly, let's improve these facilities
absolutely.
across the SWAC to at least make them. You know, there's in some cities there are high schools that have better facilities than Division I college programs. That shouldn't be.
And to your point, you're starting to see, you know, a little bit of an arms race in terms of making those improvements at some of these programs. They're doing a great job. A lot of tremendous athletic directors around this conference in the Southwestern Athletic Conference in terms of their leadership. We talk about Dr. Kevin Granger, a lot of the things they're doing at Texas Southern. As Dalen Carlton slaps that into left field, and that'll be corralled in by Thibodeau for the first out of the inning. TSU's, they've added practice hitting facilities, both for the baseball team and softball team. So a lot of great things going on, not just at TSU, but at Southern as well. So Bryce Hughes now digs in. He'll square the bunt, and he'll look at ball one.
What I'll be fascinated to see is how some of the new NCAA guidelines regarding scholarship availability for sports like baseball change programs and change conferences, change competition.
What's your early thoughts? What do you think might happen?
Well, you know, I'm hopeful. You know, baseball is one of those sports where I don't think you're losing too many kids to professional leagues because of the 3-year rule coming out of high school. But I do wonder if maybe you'll get more kids instead of coming out of junior colleges.
Yeah,
maybe you'll get more players, you know, within your program a little bit longer because you're able to offer them scholarships.
That's a good point. Bryce Hughes fouls that one off.
But what's always in the back of my mind, Charles, is that the sport has survived and flourished the way it has with the limited numbers.
That's a great point. As Hughes goes down looking, I tell you what, Bernard Grace has really settled in. A little shaky in the first inning or so, but he's really settled in and put in some work here on the mound for the Southern Jaguar.
If I recall, he had thrown almost 25 pitches in the first inning.
He did.
He's only at 71 right now. So, I mean, here he is into the fifth. You know, do the math. That's about 10. That's about 10 per. He's about 10 per, maybe a little more than 10, maybe 12 per.
Jaden Jones, healthy cut that time. Swings and misses. So, as you mentioned, that was pitch 73 for Grace. 49 strikes versus 24 balls thus far in this game.
And that's the ratio that's most impressive. Not the total number, but you're almost a 2-to-1, maybe a 2.5-to-1. Yeah, 2-to-1. 2-to-1 strike to ball ratio right now. That's good.
Jones, chopper, coming across his Bates. Bates makes a nice throw across for the putout. Score that one 5-3.
And your defense is making plays behind you. That also helps keep you in the game.
No doubt about it. So we move now to the bottom of the fifth inning. Southern 6, TSU 3 here at the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. And welcome back into the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. Southern at bat now as Rashard Grace digs in. Grace 0 for 1 tonight. That one hit back up the middle, catches Prieto on the shin.
Mm-hmm.
And no play at first.
Yeah, they might come out and check on Prieto a little bit. Looked like that skipped off his ankle.
So Rashard Grace with a base hit for the Jaguars as they get the lead batter on base. So now the third baseman, Taj Bates, will step in. Southern has been aggressive on the base pass all night. Healthy lead for Grace. Taj Bates doubled back in the first, singled in the third, 2 for 2 tonight. You know, ball down and away. That one slapped down. Nice play by Trejo. 5, 4, 3. Double play, Texas Southern.
Beautiful execution. Ball hit perfectly to Trejo. Easy play.
So Trejo to Jones to Allen East for the double play. This Texas Southern defense comes up sparkling here in the bottom of the fifth inning. So now Cameron will step in for the Jaguars. Bird 0 for 2 thus far. That one goes in and under the bat. Yeah, that ball got on Trejo pretty quick down there as he's playing shallow. As that one is popped up. Rodriguez gives chase, and he will make the play near the Southern dugout. So TSU, after allowing the leadoff batter on base, play a little bit of defense, and we move now to the 6th inning. Southern still on top, 6-3 here at the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. And welcome back here to the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. As Southern will make the call to the bullpen, as a new pitcher is in the game now for the Jaguars. Pitching now for the Jaguars is number 39, Peyton Huff. 6'1", 180-pound sophomore from Plano, Texas, out of Plano West High School.
So if we close the book on Raynard Grace, we get 5 innings, 3 runs, 3 earned, only allowed 3 hits. And the one thing that I was mentioning to you, Charles, is that since the homer that he gave up to Dylan Carlton in the 2nd inning with 2 outs, by the way, he has retired, or he had retired. What did I say? 10
of the last
11?
11? Yeah,
10 of the last 11. And really, since the 1st inning, I mean, he had a rocky 1st inning, but since the 1st inning, he only allowed 2 hits, the homer to Carlton and a single to Herrera.
You know, he really settled into this game.
He
like
really
I said,
did. He really did.
1st inning was a bit shaky, but
yeah. So a nice job of getting 5 innings out of Grace. Of course, a 2nd team all SWAC selection, and you know, he looked good. He looked good, especially after he got over the 1st inning.
Exactly.
Really did a great job, and he was well supported defensively. I mean, because in those 2 innings, he only struck out 2 batters, but his defense did a great job behind him.
So Peyton Huff getting the first work now for 2025. Last season, 12.54 ERA. He was 0-1 in 11 appearances for the Jaguars. Pitched only 9 1/3 of innings. He'll be pitching to Jesse Herrera. And he pumps in that fastball for a strike. Count evens at 1-1. Nice cut that time from Herrera.
And it just looks like Huff is throwing at a different pace
Exactly.
than Grace was even in the first inning. I mean, he's just
That fastball has a little giddy up on it.
he's just pulling his arm back and it's like a slingshot, just firing.
That one hit down the third base line. Bates, deep third. Does he make the throw? And that one skips away. As Jones trying to make the backhand stretch catch. Couldn't quite pull it in, so Herrera will get on for TSU. TSU has the lead batter on.
Yeah, clean single. I mean, that's a tough play for any third baseman. Good job by the defense to back it up, just to make sure that the runner doesn't skip off into second base.
Taj Bates trying his best Brooks Robinson imitation. Wasn't quite able to make the throw. So Damian Garcia now steps in for TSU. Leadoff batter on here in the top of the sixth inning for the TSU Tigers. Garcia looks at that off-speed pitch for a strike. Garcia thus far tonight 0 for 1. Nice lead over there from Herrera. Here's the pitch. Slap down to Bates. 5, 4, and 3. And the Jaguars.
Great job by Taj Porter to get in front of it, put his body in the way of that. I mean, that ball was hot coming off the bat. Took a little bounce. Porter did a great job of sizing it up, and he ripped that ball over to second. Beautiful execution.
So it goes Bates to Weiss to Jones for the 5-4-3 double play.
I'm telling you what, I think I've been really impressed by both third. I mean, obviously Porter, but even on his counterpart Trejo. I mean, those two they've done a great job over there on the corner.
Yeah, Taj Bates and you mentioned Trejo. They have been manning the hot corner, doing a great job. Like you said, they've taken a couple of smashes and turned them into nice double plays.
Yeah, that's why they call it the hot corner. If you wondered why they call it, you're seeing it tonight. Boy, I tell
yes,
you what,
indeed.
You are seeing it tonight.
Better be nimble of feet and have tremendous eyes as that ball is getting down on you in a hurry.
Yeah.
And that one gets in for a strike. Gunn says 88. Evens the count at 2-2. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2. That one, Squibber. Grace comes out, makes the play, and the Jaguars get out of the inning. So the Southern defense shows up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They were able to turn 2, get the last out there on a little Squibber. We move now to the bottom of the 6th inning. Southern 6, TSU 3 will be back here at the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. Welcome back here. Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. Bottom of the 6th inning is Dylan Jones. Now steps in. Josh Prieto working another inning here for the Texas Southern Tigers. Jones had a moonshot home run back in the 2nd inning. Flied out to the right fielder in the 3rd. Change up down in the dirt, runs the count to 2-0.
Yeah, I'd say that homer by Jones is probably the 2nd best homer we've seen today.
Yeah, we saw one earlier today.
Ooh.
Whew. Earlier action today, Grambling knocked off Jackson State 8-7. It was Prairie View down in Alabama A&M 10-6 in the middle game. And Southern on top here in the nightcap, 6-3 thus far. Jones takes a look at a strike. Both bullpens up and active. Southern bullpen in right center field. There's another one. It's going down the left field line. They'll give chase. And the catch made by Trejo.
How did that find its way?
Wow.
I thought that ball was going over the net into the stands, and somehow
Trejo makes a nice play with the backspin on that one. Nice play by Jonathan Trejo.
Again, making me look good, Trejo. keep balling out.
Yes, indeed. So Jacoby Ratcliffe at bat here for the Southern Jaguars. Prieto in relief. He's thrown 54 pitches thus far. That fastball low and inside. Jacoby Ratcliffe had a single back in the 2nd inning. And that one's hit out to Phillips out in center field. He'll come in and make a running grab. Nice play, Kelton Phillips. So now it brings up the speedy KJ White for the Jaguars. That one's up and in, 89 miles an hour on the gun.
White grounded out, 4-3 his last at bat.
That won't be slap foul. So now 0-2. A check that 1-1 here to KJ White. Action was fast and furious in the first few innings. Defenses have settled in now. It's that one low and inside. Two-one now is the count to KJ White.
Heads up.
Woo. That one was close.
Yeah.
Not as close as the one the last game.
No, not as close as the one that hit our neighbors to the right of us.
Yes, indeed. And White hits that one back up the middle, and he'll leg that one out. Nice speed from KJ White. Going in the hole to make the play was Jones, but no chance to get the speedy KJ White. And White will get on with a infield base hit.
Good piece of hitting there by White, his first hit of the season. See if he can score his second run.
So now Benny Bakar steps in for the Jaguars. Carr had a base hit, had a triple earlier in this game. Had a triple back in the 4th inning. Jaguars always dangerous on the base pass. Got a lot of speed up and down this lineup here.
Yeah, Coach Crenshaw has to really be excited about what he's seeing from this group of young men.
Healthy lead from White. And TSU pitches out. I mean, when you look up and down this lineup, KJ White, Benny Bakar, Thibodeau, Jalen Mack. We saw Bates take off. I mean, all these guys, they are get on base, and you have to be careful as that one is slapped in the right field, base hit. White makes the turn, and he'll head to third. So now runners at the corners for the Jaguars, little 2-out magic.
Bakar continues to impress in his collegiate
And welcome back here to the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. As TSU's new pitcher will be Cameron Walton. He's a 6'3" righty, 205 pounds from Fort Worth, Texas. He's a transfer from the University of New Mexico. Only 5 appearances last year for the TSU Tigers. But he'll come in and get some work there. Relying a little bit more on Walton in this 2025 campaign. So he'll be facing Radcliffe. Jacoby Radcliffe, 1 for 3 tonight. He's also scored a run. As Walton pumps that in for a strike. Swing and a miss. So Cameron Walton comes in. Nice changeup that time, 87-mile-an-hour changeup.
Throwing strikes. Gotta love it. Love that.
And Radcliffe turns on that fastball and smacks it in the right field. So Radcliffe now 2 for 3 on the night.
Hit number 14 for Southern.
Up and down this lineup, they are a dangerous bunch. So now Kelsey White steps in. 1 for 2 on the evening. He's scored a couple of runs. It seems as though this Southern Jaguar offense, they've done some damage with 2 outs. As White looks at strike 1. Mentioned Jacoby Radcliffe. Another base hit. We talk about fertile recruiting areas. We talk about Atlanta being a fertile recruiting area. Radcliffe is from Chicago. And Chicago has consistently sent down some really good baseball players into the SWAC as Radcliffe bluffs to take off. He'll hold on down there. Count moves to 0-2 here on KJ White.
I think what's interesting about what you're bringing up is some schools within the conference, I'll say it here.
And Jacoby Radcliffe swipes another bag as he gets in under the tag.
I don't know how many, it feels like this, maybe about 5 or 6 stolen bases by Southern today. I mean, they've been between the stolen bases and just the situational plays. Amazing job of base running by Southern all the way around.
Yeah, you're right on top of it. That was the 6th stolen bag tonight for the Jaguars. As White pops that up.
Lots of traffic.
And a lot of traffic, but the first baseman, Garcia, calls everybody off and makes the play. So we move now to the 8th inning here at the Cactus Jack Classic. It's Southern on top of TSU, 8-3. We'll be back here on the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic. And welcome back here to the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic as we move now to the 8th inning as Dalen Carlton steps in here for the Texas Southern Tigers. It's Peyton Huff working another inning here for the Jaguars. He's done yeoman work coming out of the bullpen.
I feel like I can continue on with this statement, Charles. Since Carlton's home run in the second inning,
Yeah.
only two, count them, two Texas Southern hitters have. There you go, Carlton.
Carlton on cue.
On cue.
Smacks that one into right field for a single. So Dylan Carlton, we talked about it. He's another Georgia kid from Stone Mountain. So now Bryce Hughes will dig in here for the Texas Southern Tigers as they try to get something going here in the 8th inning. Leadoff batter on.
Can they avoid hitting into a double play or something that just shortens this inning? You know, I think you want a sustained inning right here for Texas Southern. Can you get maybe 5 or 6 guys to the plate?
Fastball a little in. Count moves to 2-0. They have good, smart, patient at bats here for TSU. Try to get some runners on.
Might be the last time the top of the lineup gets a chance. So need to make the most of it if Texas Southern's going to get back in this ball game.
As that one's a little high, runs the count to 3-0. So Peyton Huff about to deliver his 31st pitch. Breaking ball goes across for a strike. Bullpen up and stern out there in right center for the Jaguars. Hughes fouls that one off. Hey, fouling those off your ankle. Those are the worst.
Yeah.
And that fastball catches the inside corner in the TSU dugout. Not happy whatsoever. As Bryce Hughes had taken off down the first base line. The home plate umpire pulled the string on it.
Second at bat, Hughes is struck out. Jackson State or Southern's pitching continues to look sharp.
So now Jaden Jones